So hi everybody, welcome to another episode of The Shade's Tale. This is an Ironclaw 2nd Edition live play game, and I'm Red Rabbit, and I will be GMing for today, and we're going to go around and introduce everybody who's here to play, starting with Theta. Theta, tell us about your character, their motto, and their goals.
Yeah, I'm Dan, fighting man. Lemur brute, personality is bold, motto is I am the greatest. I have the goals of deliver Harmon's final message, uncover the source of the necromancy, and deliver Tess's letter to half-faced Ludovico.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
Old man
Oh.
eyes can't read.
All right, next up we've got Arcloid playing Connor.
Hello, I am Mark Lloyd. I play Connor, the Bear de Equivise, the Brazen Raccoon Knight. His motto is one hand washes the other. Let me check my my goal real quick.
I think Theta had them all.
Yeah, he does. I just
sure.
didn't know if you want me to read them out again or not.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Since we're all kind of tracking with the same goals, that should be fine. So yeah, let's move on to Griffin. Griffin is playing the unknown doctor.
Yep, that's right. I'm playing the Armadillo Almoner. First, do no harm. Second, get paid.
All right. And last but not least, we've got Rafferty, who is playing Anushka.
Hello, world. Yes, I am Rafferty, and I am playing Anushka, the Microbat Messenger. My motto is no fear, serve with joy. And let's see, I wrote down, what did we decide the goal was called? Because I wrote down deal with necro bullshit.
Deal with necro.
I put, quote, uncover the source of the undead attacks.
Uncover the source of the necro bullshit. All right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Well,
and I still haven't
what we're up
delivered
to
the
today,
stupid
too.
message yet, so that's still on my list.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep.
We're working on it. We're getting there.
Hey,
exactly.
When we get there, we get there.
Okay, so last session, we'll do a quick recap. Last session, we were heading north from Triskellion, trying to make our way. We're in the last leg of the journey from Harrowgate to the east, to the Avoirdupois lands, where you hail from, and where you intend to deliver this letter to Colette in Harmony. And it has been a very eventful journey so far. But as you are basically skirting your way through Avoirdupois farmlands and some contested territories, you set up camp for the night, and you hear really the doctor and his new sidekick Lael hear the sounds of screams and they can taste the smell of death and dark sorcery on the winds from a nearby farmhouse. You guys go to investigate. You find that the inhabitants of this farmhouse were being attacked by zombies. After some investigation, after the doctor smites many of these zombies, you find that there are these strange, large black ticks that seem to be dead, seem to be filled with dark congealed blood, and you assume that these have some relation to the zombies that you encountered. You guys track the scent of a stranger, of a deer, north, and you decide that this is probably your best bet to locating the source of these zombies. After about a day's travel, you come across a campsite that must have been used by this deer, and it is there that you run into Bian, the female black bear knight errant of the Avoirdupois. She is apparently also on the trail of the necromancer, her and her sort of manservant, the priest and amateur scientist Emilio. You guys, after Connor proves himself in a duel, you all decide to join forces, continue heading north towards where you assume this necromancer is going, where you guys ran into a village of Silverhorn. There you helped free some people from the tyranny of a bandit gang called the Crimson Pack of Cheetah. And after you did that, they told you a little bit about where this deer was sighted at a battleground in Tobias Pass, which is to the west of where you are now. And that, I think, is all the important stuff. So we'll pick up there. You guys are currently to the west of Eloge. I'll say you're still kind of. In fact, we can start back at Silverhorn, which is once again this small farming village that have lost all of their able-bodied men to the war effort. They don't have much to offer, but they are still in your debt. And they have warned you that Tobias Pass is currently a battleground, or was a battleground. Currently, it is a dangerous place to go because there's a lot of foragers. The Crimson Pack were, of course, some of these foragers, but there's a lot of unsavory types who are there stealing the armaments and arms and armor of the fallen soldiers to resell them or to arm themselves. And so most people avoid going.
The guys on our side are foragers. Those are looter.
Right. There you go. Man, callback. You guys remember Katrina? Was it Katrina?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay. So there you go. Well, then these guys are most certainly looters that you would be encountering. But as I said, this is where you're. Apparently, this was the location that the deer was asking about when she was in town.
2 of them got away, right?
Yeah. You did manage to kill the guy who seemed to be the leader of the Crimson Pack, Galio or something. He had a great name.
Yeah, I don't know who did the death blow on that.
I think it was Dan.
Yeah, punch his head off.
Yeah,
First round too.
I mean, if you scroll up, that's why you'll see the Jason punching the guy's head off, and Jason goes, "New York."
We gave them every I have no sympathy. We give them every opportunity to just leave.
I believe our next goal is to journey to the canyon. But Connor, were you going to pick up a whole bunch of townie irregulars?
Where the heck are we? We pick up some new followers. I mean, and possibly report in to the rest of your family saying you're not dead.
Well, eventually.
Thinking these people need all the help they can get with their able-bodied folks, so I don't think it would be good for me to take any away.
That's very noble of you. I guess maybe not based on your definition of what noble means in this case. Very humane, which also has weird connotations in this world where there are no humans.
Well, in which case, I suppose we ought to begin figuring out how to set out on our own. We'll need to be cautious. That fight, I can still feel that fight.
That's right. The doctor took an injury, which is novel, because the doctor hasn't taken an injury in quite a while, and he can't use his healing magic on his own wounds, right?
Perhaps not the entire campaign.
Oh boy.
This is the first time I've been hurt in months.
I mean, if you think about it, right, it's that natural armor plus actual armor plus rod, which is like makes you untouchable.
Mm-hmm. I could choose literally any defense and have a D12.
Yeah, right. It's nutty.
But now's the season for striking out against evil, Sir Connor. How long will it take us to get there?
It's less than a day's journey from Silverhorn. Northwest.
I don't see Silverhorn on the map.
That's where we are, basically. It's a tiny village.
We can throw a mark down.
Okay, but yeah, no, we're on the but you can do about 1 square a day. So
yeah, this was we barely started today, didn't we? Or like
you guys have only been on the road.
Or
exactly, it's probably like around noon at this point.
All right,
or
if
maybe
we were
even
to carry
less.
on, then we'd probably get there by night, I suppose.
Well, we're trespassing. Yeah. We're wandering through people's own territory.
We
Yeah.
could be on a road.
And we're heading into a war zone.
Oh, well, it's a war zone, so whatever. I miss our
True.
war wagon.
Territory is disputed. I know. Pour one out. There is a way that I can write on here too. Here we go. All right.
Hey, we got our dot.
There you go. Oh man. All right.
It shall now
And-
become incredibly important to the entire campaign.
I know. Right. Here we go. Probably not though. Draw a freehand. We'll draw a shape. We'll say the Tobias Pass is up here somewhere. West of Hone. Of Honesty. And yeah, about a day. Well, I guess maybe a little bit closer. They said less than a day. So probably around here.
Okay.
So yes, if you're interested in going, I know Rafferty had mentioned going and checking with Connor's family in Femerouge. You guys could take a hard left, hard right.
We could go to your estate just to check on it. I mean, it is technically your job, but we could also just write a letter.
Oh yeah, that's also an option.
Mm-hmm.
So how long would it take a flyer to get there and back?
Oh, me? Oh, I can do 3 squares. I can do the pushing rule. I can easily do 2-3 squares, assuming I don't fail in my rolls. Knock knock.
So you can basically get there, hover around for a bit, fly back, and then we arrive.
Well, in other words, you want me to deliver the message and then come back and join you?
It would mean
If
spending
we
several
could.
days there, but you could,
Yeah, no, I'm happy to do that. I know where you're going.
right? That'd be like 1 day.
I mean,
2
you were
days, 3
captured
days.
and taken to Triskellion. So we don't want any rumors starting, that you're there. Just, and check in. I mean, that's how you recharge your nobility and wealth.
Yes. And in a letter, he will, of course, say that this bat here was instrumental in freeing me from the king's evil clutches.
Okay, cool. You guys are gonna do that. It'll be like 6 days hanging out at Silverhorn, before Anushka can get there and back and deliver the letter. But also, Anushka is no stranger to the. Sorry, I just had a bad thought. But yeah, no, Anushka's no stranger to the courts in Femerouge, since she's been there multiple times at Connor's side. They probably recognize her. So, oh yeah. Dan has determined that this is a village full of beautiful widows. So, yeah.
Right, but we're not waiting for 6 days, I think is the point, though, right?
Are you not? I mean, you don't have to be. But you'll be sans your glass cannon bat attack bat.
Oh no, I'm so important.
Yeah, it'll be Dan, Connor, and I.
At this point, Anushka is reminding me of what's that X-Men character? There's that X-Men character. No. Okay, that's funny, but no. No, there's an X-Men character whose power is he takes the powers of dead X-Men characters.
That one I don't know.
I think he's literally called X-Man. I can't remember.
That would be very funny.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Because Anushka is just covered with like the weaponry and armaments of dead characters.
It is true.
So you could always take the doctor's staff, but what are you going to take from Dan? His bad habits?
That's Dan, right? He's got nothing you can take away from him.
Well, I mean, he's got just enough clothes to be able to fit into society. So, I mean, you just rip off his loincloth and wear it like a headband, I guess.
Ugh.
Gotta have something.
Yeah, that's
I mean, to be fair, what does he have from Harmon but his money?
yeah.
Not all these things have to be poignant.
That's a fair point.
I don't know. I think the money's pretty poignant.
I just mean it has no great
So-
meaning. It's just money.
All right, so we're splitting up a little bit. Anushka is delivering a letter as quickly as she can while we head out to some undead. Is that correct?
Sounds like it. Sounds correct.
Yes.
Anushka is
Sounds good.
heading out on a journey, a voyage. Okay. What order do we want to do this in? Because something happens when Anushka reaches Fair Marouge, but chronologically, you guys will probably reach
Wait, I thought I was going to
Pass first.
Silverhorn. You said Fair Bruges?
No. Silverhorn is where you guys are, and Fair Marouge is where
over
all of
there.
Connor's dudes are. Yeah, so it's going to be a long trip. It's
Oh,
going to
no,
be
no. I
3
thought you
days there
wanted
and
me to go
back.
here. No, this would take several days.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what I mean. You guys would be without
6
your.
days.
You guys would be
Oh,
without
no,
your
that-
microbat.
That's too long, guys. Let's just write a letter.
Yeah, you could get to what?
I mean, Connor, you've got literacy, right?
Elogi?
What?
You have literacy, right? You have letters?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll just write a letter.
That's a hilarious thought. Anushka says, "We'll send a messenger." And we all look at Anushka for a moment.
A
I
long,
would be
hard
willing to
woman.
break from the rest of you, but I think you actually need me.
No,
Plus
I
also-
know. I don't want to separate a player from the action. I'm just funny
Yeah,
to hear
well-
in character you say, "We'll send a messenger."
I mean, as much as I would like to deliver this other message, Herbert, I also have business in Harmony. So,
Right. Still, we're at least in the right territory to send that message now.
Yeah,
So
we're
we
just
may
gonna
as
write a
well
note.
write that and then get walking.
yeah, I'm Connor. I'm fine.
How
Cool.
are you?
Please send money. Please send goods.
Yeah, please send money.
All right. Well, you guys probably spare the afternoon then in Silverhorn while Anushka can fly out to Elogi, where even though this is more of like an outpost of monks than it is an actual town, they do get mail service there to Chalon, and it's
Well, they're on the safe road. So yeah,
they are
they're high traffic area. So while they're there,
Exactly.
they'll probably ask me, "So, have you heard about the Shining Light?" I'm going to hold up the chat book.
You just hold it out in front of you like a badge, like a backstage pass. Like, don't bother me.
Praise Eloise and the miracle. Only through suffering can we know the next world. Yeah, I'm on it.
Oh, I love it. Okay, cool. Although if they took a close look at that chat book, it probably has a little bit more. Because I mean, the doctor is unorthodox, right? He's the party monk.
Orthomean, which is unorthodox. Yeah, which is nah. It's not even
Yeah,
a real religion.
Yup.
Through partying we see the light, and that's. But I don't know. I also have, when you say an outpost of monks, they got to be brewing up some really good beer. So maybe they wouldn't be completely against that.
Some of the best
that
beer.
philosophy,
I mean,
right?
we're in the breadbasket of Calabria.
Yep, a nice Hefeweizen. And yeah, so basically you deliver the letter without any delay. You manage to make it back to Silverhorn just as the sun is cresting on the relatively flat horizon. And you guys have a choice. You can stay in Silverhorn for the night. The grateful peasants who live there are willing to give up some of their lodgings to you, although they really don't have any food to offer you. Actually, that's not true. You guys are nobility. You did save them. They will probably offer up some of the food that they were planning to eat themselves, because that's what you do, I suppose.
Right. I suppose as long as we're here, we may as well sleep here instead of just making camp.
You guys
It'll
don't
at
want
least
to go
save us a
hunt
little
down
bit
a
of energy.
necromancer? You don't want to hunt down a necromancer in the middle of the night? Where's your sense of adventure?
Well, I mean, there's a bunch of us that are night creatures anyway. There's literally saying in the middle of the night means nothing to really a lot of animals.
Well,
That's just
more
Yeah.
that there's a bunch of us who can't handle a long hike and also not sleeping.
Well, we've rested.
Hmm.
We rested off that fatigue already, or exhaustion, or whatever. Got too many game systems running in my head.
Yup. So, Connor, whatever decision you make.
Yeah, I suppose Anushka's the only one who didn't get like a half a day's rest by the time she gets back from her journey, so.
Do you need me to roll?
I think if you guys want to set out at night, once Anushka gets back, then Anushka will have to roll.
Wait.
endurance.
Get back from where?
From Eloge.
Delivering a letter.
Eloge, okay. I just want
Yeah.
to make sure we weren't still talking about Femme-Rouge.
Yeah, that would be rough.
Oh my god. One success.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, wait, actually, no. Because what happens is you're rolling against a difficulty. So I get to roll 2d6. And hey, you
Still
beat it.
beat it.
Still good. Not exhausted,
Nice.
not fatigued.
I'm still limber.
Okay, it sounds like that means that you guys decided to set off as night falls towards
Yes.
all right, towards the Tobias Pass. You're not sure the geographical origins of this area, but something it looks like as though the land was torn or split, creating a shallow gorge of sorts. And through this gorge, a road has been or a path has been leveled out. You imagine it is probably shady respite for travelers along this way during the day. And so it has become a well-worn merchant path. But as you approach it now, the first thing that you notice is the rotten stench of death emanating from this area. It does not take long before you can see the signs of battle upturned and tilled earth. In the distance, you can see a Dolorio flag that has been planted in the soil, but tilted, nearly touching the ground, shredded and ripped. And then you see the bodies, many of them picked over by scavengers, both of the wild and also of less than legal origins. Many of the fallen soldiers have had their arms and armor removed from them, as well as large strips of flesh as they are sort of being devoured by the wilderness. Yeah, it is not a pretty sight. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with battlefields, but this would bring anyone who is not a seasoned veteran a degree of nausea.
I'm actually more repulsed that I'm not more repulsed. What has happened to me?
Ugh.
I've seen too much.
Your heart has hardened. Just the Vultures won't rebel or anything. Here's hoping. The village
did
of
we
Lady
leave that?
Briars. I mean, that's a good question. Let's talk about that now. What did you guys want to do? Because they did have a cart full of scavenged weapons. That could be money for the villagers if you left it to them. But also, as the doctor mentioned, peasant uprising. You can never tell.
Yeah, I'm only mentioning it because we just casually left it behind. I mean, the decision would still be good if we wanted to make it.
I didn't think we left it behind, but also, remember, those are the people who can't fight. They literally,
for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, they literally took the old men. Hitler used to joke
but they're
from last
still less
session.
likely to be predated if they had a knife.
Sure.
This is why you get hangers on.
I'm just saying that these are the people who couldn't fight. Even if you put them in armor and gave them weapons, at the end of the day, they still can't fight. They're just going to fall over. They're going to be slightly more effective than the people that they were 5 minutes ago.
Hey man, one more soak dice could save your life.
Sure, but it's not going to turn you into a deadly assassin.
We're not going to arm the peasants.
We're not harming.
Alright. So, Connor, you are officially just taking the cart full of weapons with you, then.
Yes.
All right. Okay, then you guys are traveling with your own collection of scavenged items.
Now I need to name the drays again.
Can't wait till we have to haggle them
That's
away
right.
one by one like we did the guns.
Hey, it's rough out there.
Cart
Needs must.
full of weapons with drays. How many drays are on this one? One or two? What are they
You get
going
one-
to town with?
You get one dray for this, and this isn't really a cart so much as it is a wagon. This is like wait. Okay, now I'm getting it's definitely not a carriage. It's definitely something for like hauling stuff.
A
Could be
cart,
people.
basically, yeah.
A cart, yeah. There's
Full
somebody-
circle.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff Worth, let's go.
Jeff Worth. I like it. Okay. Well, Jeff Worth seems tired. It's obvious that he doesn't have this thought, but you almost believe that he resents carting these weapons back the direction he just came with them. And as you guys reach the pass, night has fallen. Jeff Worth is not making good time. He is, you can tell that he's blind as a bat. No pun intended out here now that night has fallen.
Yeah, it's a stereotype.
Yeah. So it looks like you probably won't make much headway now. You're still sort of at the edges of where this battle took place. If you want to investigate further on foot and leave Jeff Worth behind, you could do that. Or you could set up camp for the night.
How many of us are night creatures again?
I am.
I am.
I am.
All of us. Literally all of us. Why are we traveling during the day anyway?
Everyone's active at then.
If you don't have night vision or echolocation, you move at half rate. So you can, even though you're nocturnal, you still don't move that fast.
Mm-hmm.
Still, we're more comfortable. I don't know about you, but I was raised to live during the night.
Yeah, do you have night vision as a lemur?
I sold it back. I have a disability, which is why I have blind fighting.
See, I love that. I love you say why are we moving? We're creatures of the night. Don't you have night vision? Well, no, I don't. I have kind of a disability. So you're not!
Yeah, but I'm still more comfortable at night.
Right, but that's why we're not traveling at night, because we would move at half rate, because you don't have night vision.
Well, you lead us, Echo.
Well, I don't need this. I could be up there. But no worries. I sold it back from work.
Hey, this is the character that still has combat save, so you take your mockery somewhere else, Mr. Man.
So, that's why we're not traveling at night. So, and also, if you have pack animals, there aren't any pack animals that have night.
Right, and most of the time we've been traveling with pack animals before.
Right.
Including this time.
Just pull them by the reins like Artax.
Yeah.
But the darkness will be no obstacle to us. So, man, if I was a bunch of... this whole place is just one big plains wasteland. Like, I was thinking, if I was a necromancer, I could be anywhere.
It's true.
I mean, certainly
I guess we're relying on you then, Anishka.
This place certainly has to be reeking with unholy, right?
Yeah, that's also true.
It's a good thing it's been a few days and I have consecration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we should probably set up camp here so we're not deeper into the field of fuel for necromancy.
Well, it's more so that anything could be wandering around here. If the whole area is on... I don't know what the word I'm looking for here. I don't want to keep saying the whole area is unholy, but I mean if the whole area is permeated with that sensation, and there's an entire chance that any random thing could have happened here, or could be happening.
It's a war zone, which means people are dying by violence, and anywhere people die by violence is, fodder for the undead. The more violence, the better.
Well, no, I meant more so that this is a place where dead bodies that died by violence are just hanging out. And not that they're raised by dead, but I just mean, the unholy 666 thing could.
No, I mean, but yeah, it's also like, yeah, it's a bad. Well, war zones are bad mojo. Yeah, the mostly we might be able to run into, if we run into some opposing flags, they might attack us. In which case, we should flee. If we run into camp followers like those Crimson guys, they'll probably ignore us because they would rather loot the dead than, get shot at.
Further, we're also a wagon with a bunch of stolen goods from the battlefield. So hanging around the battlefield with those stolen goods makes us look culpable for that.
We are,
in fact, culpable now. We are in fact those camp followers.
We are a bit more attractive, especially because we don't have the followers. I mean, that's what people do. They look at you and they say, "Hey, do you have anything worth stealing?" It's like, well, could we take them? You guys have played.
Oh, I don't mean that. I mean that if an Avatar forest rolls up, we look like looters looting their sides' corpses.
Well, the good news is we can fly colors because Connor has those. And any Avatar will see that, will recognize him as, a valid-blooded noble. Now, the thing I'm worried about is if we run into Doloro, who will see the colors and say, "Woohoo, we can kill you with impunity."
I mean, I'm not the GM here, but my first thought is that if we flew colors on a battlefield of what we're apparently looting the bodies of, did you loot those colors? Would be my first thought.
They might, if they were other Avatar, they would, and they saw colors flying and they recognized them and then saw Connor and recognized Connor. They might attempt parley first. That's the entire purpose.
I mean, I don't know how many people around here have heraldry.
They are beholden to maybe investigate first, which is fair.
And if you don't have heraldry and you see somebody flying colors or you're not sure if they're legit or not, you start to review your wartime options. Because now I'm not saying they wouldn't attack us, but if you do attack somebody and it turns out they were legit, that you must start your privateering license comes in.
Then you leave their dead bodies on the battlefield with all the other dead bodies and just walk away.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's the question of whether you want to strike your colors or not. Flying colors has risks as well as, that's a decision for Connor. I'm just a commoner.
Just a very precarious place to be hanging out with the loot and dead bodies is all I'm saying. It's very much a, hey, your hands are kind of red.
Yeah.
Well, sounds to me like Ferrum Rouge is looking better and better.
So, I guess, Connor, are you flying colors?
Yes.
All right. Manishka, are you doing aerial recon?
These colors don't run. Yeah, sure. I mean, I just, went, 12 leagues today, but sure, I'll fly around for an hour looking for anything strange to shoot me down. Why not?
Wonderful. Youth, I remember when I was a year younger.
The problem is I wouldn't be sarcastic because why did I pick this character? This wouldn't be sarcastic. Just go do it.
She can change personality.
It's like, yeah, I still feel good. Gotta remember what it's like to be young people who can fly.
You can be unhappy if you can fly,
Yeah.
So,
okay, in that case, you're already doing it. What are you rolling here?
Wow, that's 3 successes unless you raise the difficulty.
Which I may, but let's see. It wouldn't be for darkness because you're using your echolocation.
But the point is, I am using echolocation, but that means I'm not being stealthy.
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Here's what I'm gonna say. So you take to the sky, and you're gonna spend probably like half an hour investigating, doing like circles. You can't. I don't know what the range of echolocation is, but I can't imagine it's like you could just like.
It's about medium range.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But I mean, there's a whole sensory suite. First, I can tell you about air pressure and temperature, that sort of thing. But also, it would, I mean, there's no light pollution, but there's probably light from the sun and the stars, unless it's overcast, which it could be. It's a place of evil.
It is. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, no, it's certainly overcast. We'll give this to you for free. The weather here is not great. It's not outright raining. It's more like it wants to rain. Every now and then there's just like a drip.
Which makes it hard to fly because rainy weather is lower barometric pressure, which makes the air less solid. So I would be flying within medium range of the ground. So if anyone wants to shoot me, they can take a pot shot at medium range.
Yeah, well, you did get 3 successes. I think that's pretty good. So here's what's gonna happen. You do see movement below you. You can see that there are a handful of individuals. It looks like you spot perhaps 2 or 3 wounded but not dead soldiers who may be trying to take shelter, get enough cover so that they can regain their strength and maybe go and rejoin their various armies. You do see what you imagine are probably peasants that are picking over the bodies of course, of slain soldiers, and you do come across something far more unnatural. The hulking, lumbering shapes of they remind you of the zombies that you saw back on the farm. They're definitely the reanimated corpses of soldiers that look to be stumbling around in the dark, and at the epicenter of this small herd of sorts, you can see that there is a small tent that has been erected among basically smack dab in the center of this battlefield, someplace that no one would want to stay.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, so that's a little bit strange, right?
I will make a note of this location and flee here with all due haste back to camp.
Perfect. Now, for the rest of you, everyone who stayed behind, I would like mind and observation, and you can use danger sense for this role as well.
All right, I got 2 people to set up. We got the doctor, who's got 2 successes already, pretty nice, and then we got Lael, who actually has better eyes than me, but is not as attuned to danger.
Right.
I'm just double checking. What actually gives them observation? Their career. Cool. So they got a D6 and a D8.
I just got the 1.
You know what? We're rolling against 4 for this, or against.
All right. The doctor has 3 successes against 4.
Against 4. You want 5s or better, is what I meant. So there you go.
Okay. In that case, 2 successes against 4.
Okay. And I realize this is basically like an initiative roll. I mean, I'm thinking about it. It is an
It's just
roll.
one of us turns around and there's a zombie right next to you.
Not exactly, but close. I don't think this necessarily is a combat, but it definitely is like determining people's readiness for what could be a combat, right? So, here's basically the situation. Those of you that rolled well for this initiative are the first ones aware, but around you there have gathered a group of 3 what appear to be large bald birds. They are vultures, and they are armed with large crossbows, and they have these crossbows aimed at you. And one of them is going to call out to your party and say, well, look what we have here. You all lot have stumbled into a claim made by someone else, and we urge you to take your leave of this place. Classic Potter. 2 1s and a 12. Potter's got danger sense?
No.
That's Connor.
Oh, that's Connor. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right.
Potter just rolled Potter 1 die and got a 1.
Botched. Wonderful. So Potter's reeling.
Classic Potter is to roll 1 die and get a 1. That's
Connor and Potter barely on edge. Connor just gets a bad feeling. The doctor's just like, yeah, I see you guys. No further.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I apologize for the grids on this. I don't usually get gridded maps. I guess this one's pretty old. So yeah. But you can drop yourselves down on here. And I'm going to pull out some guys out here. They're keeping you at I think they're keeping you guys at short range. So we will.
I'm just wondering, would you say that a lot of these corpses were overkilled?
That's wrong. No, I think that like based on our combat experience, right? Like overkill happens probably like 1 in 6 times at best. So
Mhm.
there are some overkilled corpses to be sure, but
I'm just thinking
most
of
of them not.
I think it's the same book that the Vultures species comes from. There's the gift that allows you to turn a corpse to overkilled. I think it prevents them from rising back from the dead or something.
Yeah, you can't awaken overkilled corpses as undead. So that would make sense. That's
I'm just
weird
wondering,
though.
since these are Vultures and they come from the same book,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that was a thing.
I mean, we're using all of the source books, so it is a thing in the world, but you're not sure if these guys are here doing that. All you know is that they have crossbows, and they're aimed at you, and it seems, wow, that worked out pretty perfectly, actually.
I think I was about to ask, like, do they seem supernaturally aligned? But they're using crossbows, and they're not surrounded by undead, so the answer is probably no. And they're probably not just wearing black robes.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to make out color in the dark, but I think that like the magical robes, there's something distinctive about them, and you would be able to tell they're not wearing anything magical.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, they're not aligned, but it would be weird.
Specifically, magic robes are specifically magical. I had this conversation with Raph before, where it says like black robes. They're not black robes. They're magically distinct black robes.
Yeah. It's not like you just get like a black cloak. It's like, hey, check this out. I can now do
like when you
refresh gifts.
When you go to Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn and they tell you this is the black robe, you don't get a black robe. You get lace and belts and fancy symbols and all that kind of stuff that's on it.
Right. It's decorated to identify it as such.
Yeah, a red mage doesn't show up just wearing red. So assume that it has all the Final Fantasy XIV Baroque stuff.
So I guess given that, I think the first response, at least the doctor would give out, what's your aim here?
Ooh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and we've got new... Okay, so we've got new status tokens on here, too, which are going to take me a second to get used to. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, you got a nice bloody...
Once we finish some rest, I was maybe going to say, like, hey, I'll roll medicine, so I have no quota on it yet.
Nice. Okay,
because we did spend half a day. I don't know. Doesn't matter if I get hit. Quota gets reset, I think, right?
If you take, is it if you just take like any kind of damage, like a hurt will reset your quota? Is that how that works?
Is it?
No, being re-injured resets your quota.
Got it. Re-injured, or if you get sick, right? I guess. That's a separate quota. Then you have to work on
that's
first.
a separate quota, but you can't heal injured until you heal sick.
Right. Okay. Cool. So
there are magical effects in the game and poisons that can make you sick without making you injured.
Since we did spend half a day in town, I'm just going to roll that. Okay, cool. I have 2 quota to lose. Dan, you can roll body and add 1+.
For
quota.
Yeah.
You're injured.
Yeah, literally I just brought up session 29, part 4, just to figure out, was I injured or not? The problem was that I used my own token to test the statuses. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, yeah,
Yup.
then... Where were we? Okay.
I was track on my sheet.
I was pretty sure that I got hurt badly. Because I literally named the episode Underestimated Foes. So, what am I rolling? Body and what?
Just body. I'm assuming we have no extra amenities.
Not out here. Oof.
I didn't get any help from all the ladies?
Well, they did try to help you. They did try to... Yeah. If you wanted to take a bonus D8 for them providing you like a place to rest and bandages and, I don't know, compliments to soothe your ego.
Again, this is all just rolling stuff to lose it in a minute. So.
All the sensual massages.
All that, yep. Sensual massage.
So I get 2?
Yeah, 2 total. Feels good.
2 total, there's nothing else for resting in the bed or whatever?
I think isn't it like that's like your default 1 per day, right? Like
Right.
if you get some sort of bed rest, that's
I
1.
haven't been
Better rest than
injured.
good food.
I haven't been injured in a very long time. So
Home cooking would count for a quota.
So
And we
technically,
didn't get that.
okay. So technically 3 total then.
Yeah.
Cool.
There we go.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay, so
now that
back
I
to
have
the
4
present.
quota to lose. Yeah, back to the present.
All right. So, and the doctor, you shouted, "What is your aim here?" And he shouts back, "Our aim, we've laid claim to this forage. It's ours, and we'd appreciate it very much if you took your pathetic little scrapping operation elsewhere. If you don't, we'll just take your lives instead, and then avail ourselves of what loot you have foraged there."
Ah, so you're camp followers then. Then, as a holy man, I am here to tell you that there are darker things afoot, and that is what we are here for. The scavenge that is on the ground is of no concern to us. It is yours freely. Perhaps someone might have something to say about that, but I don't care if you take from the dead. I merely care that they end up in the ground afterwards.
Bian, the bear, who is still with you. Let's not forget, we could give her a token as well.
Yeah, she's hanging around. I guess
Yes.
Anushka's in the background here too. Wait, no, she's flying right now.
Yeah, Anushka's flying. Anushka is gonna join you in this scene in a moment, but
yeah.
Theoretical Lail here too, but don't worry too much.
yeah, but Bian scoffs. She says, "You peasants defile the memory of these brave souls who died defending your lands."
And Connor's right up there with her, of course.
What was that? What was that for Connor?
Connor's right up there with her, of course.
Oh my
Of
god.
course, excellent. So yeah,
Who the hell
the
is
two
this
of you-
guy?
I know, right? So yeah, so the two noblemen are not interested in letting these guys skate. The vulture who's speaking scoffs. He says, "Camp followers, we are procurers for the Gilded Arms company, and we make ourselves a good living taking what is no longer needed. This is rightful forage for us, so
I see.
step aside. This is our claim. We don't care what you think you're doing here. We will not have trespassers." So actually, at this point, you know what? Maybe you did sway them. We didn't have you roll. I think it would be a good idea to roll.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give it an attempt.
Now, I would normally give like a help bonus, but I think it sounds like, Connor, you're in the process of being antagonistic. So for the purpose of
This
trying
is
to
me alone
negotiate-
right now, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I'm still going to go ahead and give it my best, and they do have a peaceful solution of, well, what if we just stay out of their way and we just grab the stuff later and nobody risks any life or limb, you know? So let's see if that works. I don't believe I have anything else to throw onto this. Just checking. Yeah, nope, I don't have anything unless they're pious, which I don't think they are.
No.
I managed to botch the negotiation roll on 2 dice.
You've incited them to violence.
That's probably what
For
that
the
means,
interest of things, I believe I used my knack for negotiation earlier in the day in the town. Unless you are saying our respites have recovered, which I don't think so. We haven't rested. Well, we haven't slept.
How long did it
Yeah.
take Anushka to get to Aluge?
And I don't have my personality
Half a
roll
day.
either. It is also still tapped.
Yeah, if it's only been half a day, then I guess it's
Yep.
been.
Hasn't rolled over yet. So yes,
And
you say the most insulting thing
the
possible.
only thing left for my negotiation is my specialty, which would be, are they nobility?
No,
they aren't. They aren't.
No, they are not.
So I have in fact riled them up, suggesting that they have in fact they can defile stuff later.
Yeah, and perhaps they're eyeing the wagon that you guys brought, and it's looking like a more and more attractive prize. And the fact that you guys are not being openly hostile means that you're weak, and weaklings don't survive long out here. So I think we're doing combat. Theta, it looks like you've done some cool trick with auras here instead of using the normal focus tokens, which I'm all for, but I also don't know how to do. How do you do that?
It's the macro that I put into chat a while back.
Oh no, I didn't set it up. Okay, well
That's fine. I can control it for you.
that would be great for now, and I'll take a look at it after our session. So, all right then. I think these guys are going to take the first move because it seems like they've made the decision to attack. So they're going to take some shots, and let's probably take some shots at. Well, I think we'll split it up. The
Same.
doctor, you're going to take 2 shots.
Not to throw anybody under the bus, but the doctor really just pissed them off, right?
He did, yeah, he did. I think
All right.
Connor is out there, out front as well, but
Given the roll earlier, would you call that initiative? In which case, I would have
Yeah.
focus. I'm spending focus to guard.
gotcha. Okay.
It's a good thing I increased my dodge recently. You know what? I don't like getting shot right now. I'm also going to become a coward.
Oh, could we also have Potter on the board?
Yep.
Yeah. Leia will probably stick out of this fight, so I'm not too worried.
Leia was who you're putting in. Let's put
Leia's
Potter
managing
with
the camp.
Leia so to protect them.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Made you do all that work.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. So I am ready to be shot.
Cool. And I am almost ready to shoot. I just want to pull up the vulture.
So it is
Block.
a shame I don't have pacifist at the moment because, again, we haven't rested, or it hasn't been 24 hours even.
I think I really
Oh,
need
yeah,
to change
You're just
so
in a
use
bad
your-
mood.
Yeah,
You just-
this is a bad moment for
It's
the
a bad
doctor.
moment.
I think I really need to
it's
change
lowest.
the guard focus hue. For some reason it's blue. I picked a green color, but it's showing up as blue. Or a greenish blue.
Weird. It is like a turquoise, isn't it?
Oh,
Based on
I
my
just did
end.
that manually as an aura.
Oh, there we go. It is green. Okay. I thought you were using the same thing as me.
Yeah, no, I just did that intentionally. I didn't know there was a macro or anything right now. I haven't set that up at all. I just did it because I'm like, oh, I want to be cool.
Oh, the 17 times that I've put it on the chat.
I just have not had the brain power is all. All right.
Gotcha. Okay, yep. So we're taking a shot.
Getting shot.
It is dark out, and they're at short range, and these guys are not necessarily sharpshooters. So you can take, I think you can take 2d8. There's a d8 for range, and I think a d8 for cover. Let me just check the concealment thing at like dark, moonless. Yep, you've got a. Yeah.
Yeah, range and darkness. Give me them dice. I need them.
Exactly. Take a d8. This is not technically how it appears in the book, but honestly, if they couldn't see you, they wouldn't have drawn on you, so we're just going to go with that.
Alright.
So,
They are at 14 meters. What's the range penalty on that? Another
that's a
D8?
d12, actually. Past
Oh, cool.
short range is a d12. So you'll take a d8 and a d12 to your defense, on top of whatever your other defensive stuff is.
I'm rolling 5 dice now. This is good.
Okay, yeah. These guys
So-
are rolling 2d8 and a d12 because they've been
Alright.
aiming at you.
So let's see the first attack then.
Hip. 5 high. All right.
11 high.
Twang. Second one, same deal.
Yeah.
Hit.
Being a coward saves me.
Also 5 high again. Okay.
Being a coward and in the darkness saves me.
Yep. All right, Connor. The next one is coming to you.
Okay, and it was a D12 for their distance and D12 for darkness.
A d8 for darkness.
Okay. I'm going to dodge.
Okay, here we go. 2d8, d12. Bizarre. 6 is high. All right. So they fire off a volley of arrows, but none of them manage to find their marks. And I think they're going to take flight and retreat. These guys had focus, so that was 1 to aim, 1 to attack. Actually, if they had... Yeah, they aimed for d12s, right? So 1 to aim, 1 to attack, and then they're all going to... Well, they're going to put more distance between themselves and you. Let's see what their dash would be. I think like 4. So they're just basically going to jump back. 4, 5. We'll put this guy at the edge. Put you back here. There we go. Okay, that's their turn. And at this point, we'll say, Anushka, you are arriving to the scene as well. So I don't know where you'd like to be, but you can basically put yourself anywhere on the map, I guess.
I'm everywhere you want to be. I mean,
Yeah, you're literally
wow,
flying
the
in right now.
hostiles aren't even within like short range of you yet.
They are intentionally
flew.
staying far away and just pelting us.
Yeah, they jumped back because they still need to reload and stuff, so.
This is kind of what I mean by tiny maps, because I would want to be behind them
I know, right?
if I had the option.
I could change, I could probably change the scale. That might be the easiest way to do this here.
Well, we'd also want to shrink our tokens a little bit then.
I don't know if you can change the size of a map after it's created.
You can.
You can change the scale.
I can change the scale of the map, and then I can just move the tokens a little bit towards the center.
Right, if you double the scale, you can half the distance.
It just means that this giant skull becomes even more giant.
No, I meant change the size of the play field, like 25 to 25 squares to like.
Oh, yeah, you can. You would just have blank map space then.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
You can do anything on the fly.
Let's do this here.
You can't do. Don't say you can do anything, because I'll come up with something you can't do.
You can do anything reasonably on the fly. Reasonably, you can do anything on the fly. These two sentences mean two different things. Can you spot
You can
the
do
difference?
anything preconceived by the developers.
In the honor of Diablo 2 Resurrected, some people say my prices are unreasonable. That is because I am not a reasonable man.
I mean, in fairness, Griffin, you can also do things unpreconceived by the developers.
Yup.
So,
Oh wow,
those
they
17s
have
would-
booked it. Yeah.
Okay, I have changed the scale now. So this is basically where they would be.
Congratulations, Doc. You're now 3.8 meters across.
Wow.
Yes,
I'm
you guys
bigger
got
than
a lot.
ever.
Yeah,
pretty
that's
bad.
why I would have suggested changing the squares instead of the scale. But C.S. Levy.
It's fine.
Look at Tiny Dan. Oh my god, I love it.
Well, I'm making myself the normal size.
I get you. If we want to, we can.
Here I am making trouble. I should have just shut the hell up.